It's Burls week here. Oh my. So I've been messing around with a little bit of elm, and this is a plum tree. And this is Plum Tree Burls, and more burls, and more burls, and more burls. I actually found a fantastic connection. A good friend I work with, her brother is an arborist, and one of her good friends is an arborist. So she brought me a car full of plum. So this was a plum fruit tree, and it was just cut down a couple days ago, so it's nice and wet, although it's winter, so there wasn't a, that's kind of hollowed out. I don't know what to get out of that. But anyway, I'm looking for suggestions on how to tackle some of these big things. This would definitely make one heck of a bowl or something if it's got integrity inside it. May not. If this part of the tree here, as you can see, it's kind of dried up and boogery, but this is I'm going to be cutting up this piece of plum burl. As you saw from the beginning of this video, I have a truckload. It's Burls week. So I'm going to try and get some pen blanks out of this, talk about what I've learned and a new product I'm trying on this, because this is wetwood. So anyway, this is cracked a tiny bit. It's still really wet. And with my bandsaw, I have found that I need to cut bigger pieces than I would expect. I'd cut some 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, and they're just going to be way too small for wall streets or cigar pens or what I'm interested in. So I'm going to try and cut this off here, get a few pen blanks out of it, and then put it in a product called Pentacryl. Okay, I mentioned this a second ago. Pentracryl, a wood stabilizer, non-toxic compound, used for drying, prevent cracks and splitting of green wood. So I don't know if it's necessarily a stabilizer as much as something that's going to help it dry without cracking. I'm going to use the soaking method, recommended for smaller pieces. It can be used on larger pieces. The idea is to soak it for at least 24 hours after I cut it up. So let's see what we can do. Cut That looked really good. I got a little bit of cracks out here, as you can see, but I think the burl might be fairly good. If I look at it, I think I'm going to go at it this way and see if I can get some long pieces, and that'll kind of eliminate the cracks as well. I want to go a little bit bigger than maybe I would expect, because when I turn it into round, I don't know what I'm doing. That is a cool piece. That has really got some color and flavor, burl to it. See, now this one, like I said, it's going to be pretty small, and I don't know if it's going to be usable or not. Well, it's got some really cool purple in it. This is a pretty good piece. It's got lots of figure to it, and like I said, I've made it bigger because my bandsaw cuts a little wavy when I'm doing this. So 1, 2, 3 really good pen blanks. 8 maybe. This has got a little. I just cut the burl off the outside of this, and I look at this, and the grain's coming down and swirling around, everything else. So I'm going to take another section off this and cut it up for. Now I'm going to use this stuff just because I got it at Woodcraft and it says it's supposed to help drying and stabilizing. So I don't think it's like a super glue type thing. I'm going to soak method by putting this inside 2 Ziploc bags. Tried this. Had a little bit of leakage, but I'm going to just put this in here, all of the pieces, and add a nice amount. I only need what I would say is probably about half a cup. Ka-chow. And I'm going to let this roll around in here. Double seal it. Now the reason I'm using 2 bags is I tried this last week and I found out that this wood has little sharp edges and it pierced the bag. So I dripped a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to let that sit and soak and turn it, and I will end up with this. Voila! These babies have been marinating, probably a good term, marinating for upwards of 2 weeks now. The directions said it could soak for 24 hours, so I'm sure I've got this working. The difference in this stuff versus something I used previously called wood juice is this says it's a good idea to put it in wet wood. So this plum is green. I just harvested it. So I'm going to take this all out. You can see it says, there's a nice piece. It says on the label that it won't discolor the wood, and I wouldn't suspect that it's discoloring it. Wow, look at that. That is awesome. It has just made it look like wet wood. So I cut a whole slug of this burl up and made all these pen blanks. I'm going to take them to my pen club and share them, as well as cut up some more of this burl with the club next week. I don't know, this is interesting. That extra juice that's in the bottom of this bag has discolored itself. To put much in there. This product I picked up, a whole gallon of it was $60, and so I'm hoping to be able to get a lot of blanks out of it, a lot of things out of it. So see, that I think is going to be a little bit small, and because my bandsaw is a little wavy, I've cut these a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to set these out here, and then I think I will put them in a paper sack and place them in my room downstairs underneath my front porch here in Utah in our basement. It's a pretty constant, about 65, 70 degrees during the summer. And I'm going to let these guys dry slowly, and hopefully no more cracks will pop up. That's got a crack in it, but it's got some really cool purple wavy grain to it. Like I said, these are pretty big, because when I turn them down I want to get a nice pen size out of them. So that's my experience with Pentacryl.